Today on Hey, We're Talking, I relive some Snowpocalypse nightmares.
And we talk about how many inches Scott gets in Michigan.
And some places that we'd like to visit during Christmas.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, everybody! How you doing? Hey, we're talking. I changed it up on purpose so you couldn't do it. You tried. He's mouthing my words again. This is his new thing. I don't know why. It's so stupid. It's so
I gotta
stupid.
look back and see how I did.
You will.
Probably pretty bad, but
It's not great, but it's funny because you're trying. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to be funny. It's working. Yeah, mostly.
Well,
except for the podcast people.
Right, and everybody else is going to be.
If you're watching it, they're going to be like, "Man, why is he doing that?" But whatever. All right, so yeah,
welcome to the show.
Yeah, welcome to the show. That's Bob, Bobby P, as he's called on the show, and I'm Scotty D. He gave me the head shake. You do have your Bing Crosby pipe going on right now, though, so that's cool.
Bing Crosby?
It's a billiard, right?
Yeah, this is a Dr. Graybo Silver Duke.
Silver Duke. Silver Duke.
When I got this thing, it looked horrible. I mean, it was an ugly, dirty, caked, horrible pipe.
Was there a lot of chatter on the stem?
There still is. Well, there's some. I sanded it off.
We're doing some insider pipe talk here on Hey, We're Talking. And yeah. Bob just keeps shoving his fingers right into the thing, the burning hot embers.
It's my tamper, man, my finger.
What kind of tobacco are you smoking?
This is Dunhill 965, which I've been smoking for quite some time because my local cigar shop got it in bulk, and I just keep buying it.
All right.
So I don't buy a lot of tobacco. So I smoke a lot of tobacco, but I don't have a cellar. I don't have a variety of tobacco.
How often do you smoke during the day?
Smoke a pipe in the morning, a pipe at lunch, and then a pipe in the evening, or
That's
two,
it?
or three, or five.
Oh my gosh!
Whatever I have time to smoke.
So were you a cigarette smoker at one point?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Like how many packs of cigarettes did you smoke in your heyday?
Like a pack a day.
Oh my gosh! How many cigarettes are in a pack of cigarettes? This is
20.
how dumb I am. 20. So 20 cigarettes a day.
So it's one an hour, 1.2 an hour, something like that.
Cigarettes, though, are like so. It's just like it's a very. At least the thing with smoking a pipe is, although you're puffing pretty quickly, you're trying to keep it lit, though. I think.
Yeah, I'm at the end of the pipe, so.
So, but like with a pipe, it's like much more relaxed, kind of like thing. Cigarettes are like it's manic. You know, it's like. It's
smoking a pipe. I could pack a pipe. This is a very small pipe. The bowl on this is very small, so you cannot fit a lot of tobacco in there. But I mean, a normal pipe that I have with a normal size tobacco chamber, I could pack it and smoke on it for an hour.
Yeah.
So, but that's slow smoking it, and that's the whole point of smoking a pipe is to be relaxed and enjoy the smoke. So, and I do that in the morning and lunchtime. I have to get away from everything and just reset.
Take a moment to get away from it all.
Well, the thing is, when you stare at 3 computer screens all day, and
you sent me a picture of your setup today, and I was just kind of like, oh, dude. Part of the thing is, I almost want people to see it, but there's the way he has his setup. He's like looking right, and it's like perfectly centered. Did you do that on purpose?
Of course.
He's got his desk and where he sits is literally centered right down this hallway. And literally looking down the hall. And I was dude, I would be so distracted every time somebody walked down the hallway.
Well, there was nowhere for me to sit pretty much. So when I came over to the department that I now took over, there wasn't really anywhere for me to sit. So we just moved some stuff around, and they originally had me facing the wall.
No, you can't have your back to the ball. No, you can't have your back to the door.
With my back to everything. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. So I have this little tiny desk that I currently use, and I just turned it around and faced it.
You're making the desk seem really small. Is it really that small?
It's like, I don't know, 3 foot or 4 foot by 2 foot or something. It's a very small desk.
Why is it so small?
Because we didn't have any desks. So this is actually like the left side of a corner desk, so.
But you have you have 2 big monitors, and then you have your what is that Microsoft? What is it called?
Surface.
You got your Surface in the middle, and then you're using those 2 screens connected to it, I'm assuming.
So I've got the 3 screens, and typically I have my email over on the right screen, and then if I'm working on projects, I'm kind of doing that between the 2 other screens. So it's a cool setup, and not a lot of people get the opportunity to have 3 screens, but when I'm kind of multitasking between a bunch of jobs, I need to be able to have, I guess, screen space. Is that what you call it?
I guess. It means that you need you need the room to be able to see all the different things you're working on. I get it.
Yeah, because I'll have Excel spreadsheets up, I'll have routing software up, I'll have emails up. I have another, basically our host system, a database open. So I use all 3 screens.
So when you were younger, if you could see what you do now, what would you think? Like the younger you, would you ever have pictured yourself doing this?
Oh no, not at all.
Isn't that weird?
Life takes you where it's going to take you.
That's true. And speaking of where life is going to take you, I'm going to transition. No, because I was going to go down this whole path with you, and then I was just like, you answered it so nicely, I didn't want to mess it up.
Well, you did.
So good. Well, that's what I do.
No, it's I could focus on, where should I be, or is this what I'm supposed to be doing?
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
But I'm doing it, and that's just that. I'm happy. I love what I do. I love the people I work with. I'm up for the challenge every day. So it's all good, man. I'm happy with it. Life took me here for a reason.
Good.
To be on this podcast.
You got it you went to the place that I didn't want to go, but that's good. You made it all it was destiny.
Well, speaking of places you want to go,
exactly. That's what I tried to do. Go ahead.
I know. I messed up. So I on our break for right before we started the show.
On the break.
I actually stepped outside real quick, and it was snowing, and it really got me thinking about where's a place you'd want to go and see during the winter time, to go do either winter sports or just sightsee or this or that. Where's somewhere you'd want to go?
Yeah. Well, I'll talk about somewhere where I have been at Christmas in a little while, but if I could go somewhere, I'm always going to, at first, part of the thing is, Bob, when I think about places I want to go, the first thing that comes to mind is my physical health, and I just go, I don't want to go, I'm not going to go skiing.
No, but you have a goal to improve your physical health, and at some point you will be able to do whatever you want.
Be able to ski, but I'd had very bad skiing experiences before this point in my life.
That's a whole podcast in itself. No, it's not.
I have some terrible snow related
deaths.
Not like deaths, but
fantasies.
We were watching. You ever watch Ridiculousness? Your kids probably do.
I've seen it, and I can't watch it.
It's all just crazy YouTube videos.
Can you answer why I can't watch it?
Because you don't have cable.
No, besides that. Let's say I'm sitting here watching the show. What makes me not want to watch that show?
Probably the girl.
Yes, her laugh.
Yeah, it's terrible.
She just, it just drives me nuts. So whenever my son would watch it, I'd start screaming every time I heard her laugh because it just drives me crazy.
I told Cheryl we were watching a couple of them the other day because they were doing Christmas and snow related ones, and I was like, she's basically like a Kardashian. She has literally. This is so mean to say, but she really has no. Clue. I don't know what her purpose is honestly, besides the laugh. She just goes, it's just like her laughing like that the whole time.
And then once in a while she'll say something and it's like,
you just go, and you go, what? Yeah.
Was that even a sentence?
Does she? No, yeah. Anyway, she's a rapper also, so.
I didn't know that. Well,
Chanel West Coast. There you go. Anyway, on Ridiculousness the other day, they had people snow accidents, basically. People getting annihilated doing snow stuff. And there was one that literally brought back, like, I got PTSD from it. When I went to winter camp a long time ago, and I used to wear glasses. I didn't have contacts. And as you may or may not know, if you're someone who wears glasses when you're a kid especially, and I'm blind without them. Not really, but very hard to see. But your glasses when you're a kid, they get wrecked because you're a kid. Like, stuff happens. But I went away to this camp for I think it was like 3 or 4 days, winter camp. And the first night we went tubing, and as I'm coming up the hill, all these people jumped on like 2 or 3 different tubes, and it went crazy. It just went out of control. And as I was coming up the hill, I got full on annihilated, flipped through the air like 3 times.
That's awesome.
Landed on the ground, but I broke my glasses the first night. So the whole rest of the time I was there, I couldn't see. We couldn't tape them together. They were destroyed.
Wow. That's pretty sad.
Yeah. And just think about it, I was like 10 years old or something, 11 maybe at the oldest.
Little Scotty's got to sit by the fireplace and drink hot cocoa for the rest of the trip.
No, he has to have somebody guide him everywhere. Hey, I have to go to the bathroom. Who'll take me to the bathroom? I can't see. And it's all cold, and it's in Michigan.
Of course.
It's freezing cold. It's in February, okay? Think about that. February in the Midwest. Tell people about February in the Midwest.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty terrible. That's the worst time.
I know.
Between the mid-January to mid-February is just the worst month ever.
Yeah, it's terrible.
If I could hibernate, like eat a whole bunch of food and just wrap up in a cocoon and just become a beautiful butterfly, I'd do that. Here, one thing you mentioned it and it made me think about it, and I wrote it down real quick. But you said they were on Ridiculousness. They were watching basically snow accidents. Though every year I watch it and I cannot help myself, and I'm scared every time and all this stuff, but I have no choice. You ever see those YouTube videos of just accidents and stuff on the highways, to where they're whiteout conditions?
Yeah.
And
like 100 cars smashed together. Yeah,
and then you see the semi truck at 65 miles an hour just barreling through and just smashing into all these vehicles. That just, oh man,
it's terrifying.
That's just, I have no choice but to watch it. And the whole time I'm sitting there going, oh my gosh, somebody's going to die. Somebody's in bad shape. But that's one of those things that I wind up watching every single winter.
I'm only laughing because it's happened to me. Like, I've had stuff like that happen when we lived in Michigan. In fact, this one year, it was actually Thanksgiving weekend, I believe. We were at something at church with some people, hanging out with friends. It was Cheryl and I. We were married at the time. We were still pretty young. And we got in a car. I usually drive everywhere. That's part of the other reason I like to drive, is for some reason, even though it's not the truth, I feel like at least if I'm going to crash and die, I did it and not somebody else. Because I don't like... Listen, what I'm saying is I don't like giving somebody else control.
Well, that's the underlying... No. That's the underlying problem here. And we've experienced it here on Hey We're Talking.
It's true.
Scott does not like to give control of anything.
It's because I'm worried about something going wrong, and I'd rather crash it than anybody else. If it's going to go down in flames, it's my fault.
So, guys, if this show crashes and burns, it's Scott's fault.
Yeah. Let's just pretend. So anyway, let me tell you this story, though, because it's really good.
And we're getting close to a break.
Yeah, I guess. But, see, I'm in control. I'll decide when the break is.
See, exactly. Control. See, that's exactly what I just said.
All right.
Okay, go on with your story.
Anyway.
Pull away from the mic and drink some water.
We went with this person. They drove. And we got onto this expressway. And I said, as we were on the entrance ramp, getting ready to get onto the freeway, I said, hey, it looks pretty slippery out here. Be careful. Cheryl was sitting behind me. I was in the front seat in the passenger seat. Did not have my seatbelt on. For some reason, there were 3 girls in the back, or 2 maybe. And I said, and a girl was driving too. And I said to Cheryl, I was like, you should put your seatbelt on. Never would I have told Cheryl to put her seatbelt on normally in the back seat. So we get, and I didn't have mine on. So we get onto this highway, and we're getting onto the entrance ramp to get onto the highway anyway. And I say it's slippery to the girl. I'm like, looks kind of a little slippery out here. Because it had been kind of like misting rain.
Yeah.
It was nighttime.
Little black eyes, yeah.
Yep. And so what does she do? She guns it down this ramp at like obscene speeds. And we get down towards the bottom, and the car just completely spins out of control. And we're like 70 miles an hour already.
So it's like the scene out of Tommy Boy when the deer pops up in the back and they're just spinning around.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So we're spinning out of control. We ram into the middle wall, and we hit our front end into the wall. So both the lights go out, and we're on the bend of the freeway on a curve.
On a ramp.
Yep, on an off-ramp. So we're literally just got onto the expressway. So I'm sitting there, and all I did was just hold on for dear life. And then Cheryl happened to be holding a drink, a Coke from Wendy's that was mine. And when we got hit into the wall, the Coke went and just went up all over her and the girl next to her. And all the windows broke out on the whole car.
Wow.
So, and it was really cold outside. So they're shivering back there after we first hit. They're already cold. Cheryl bashed her head off of the seat in front of, so the seat I'm in, she hits her head on it, cut her head open. And then these cars start coming, and there's no lights on our car. So these cars are coming around the bend.
And they can't see you until last minute.
Yes. And I said, as soon as I saw him, I just told everybody, hold on, we're going to get hit again. And we get hit, spin around again, crash into another wall. And I said, okay, is everybody okay? And they're like, yeah. And Cheryl said, my head. And I was like, I know, just hold on, babe. And we got hit one more time. So we got hit by another bunch of cars. And then the last thing that happened, a big, huge church bus came around the thing, saw that we had crashed, and stopped and kind of put itself across all 3 of the lanes to stop everybody from hitting us.
That was a God moment right there.
It was, wasn't it? So if you wonder why I hate winter so much, that's one of the many reasons I hate winter.
Well, at least that was the topic for today's show. You know, why you hate winter so much.
No, it wasn't. I don't remember how we got onto it, but we started talking about it. Sorry. I'm just giving you all my horrible winter stories. All right, we'll talk about good stuff in a minute. Do you want to take a break now?
Yeah, take a break, and then
because
we'll
I
actually
made the whole thing go down in flames. I told you.
We'll talk about places we want to go to.
Okay.
In the winter.
That sounds like a good plan instead of the reasons we hate winter.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
Be positive.
I'll try. Fast, simple, and affordable. That's what registering your domain name with GoDaddy will be. Fast, simple, affordable. And if you listen to this show, Hey, We're Talking, you know you're getting a discount, 30% off if you go to trygodaddy.com/HWT. Again, 30% off. All you have to do is go to trygodaddy.com/HWT for 30% off your domain name and other business services provided by GoDaddy. Hey, we're back. I'm sorry. I just apologize.
No, it's okay.
I'll apologize. I got lost in my hate of winter.
Well, the one thing you guys will learn, the longer you listen to the show, the longer you get to know Scott, he loves to tell stories. He's got a story for everything.
Scottish.
So, yeah, so he's got a story for everything, and we just kind of have to get sucked into his little world for a moment in time, and then of course, try to get out of it. So what we were talking about originally was places we'd like to see during the winter time. So I'm not talking about, hey, let's get out of winter and go to Hawaii. I'm talking about full-blown winter, where somewhere you'd want to see. So I'll just throw it out there so we can actually keep the conversation going, not sidetrack it. But I would love to see Times Square, downtown New York in the wintertime.
Really?
My cousin just went there. Him and his wife were ice skating and this and that. And it's just something that I think, yes, it's going to be freezing. It's going to be just like it is in Chicago, but I'd like to have that experience. That's really what I'd like to do overall.
So it would be fun to go to Rockefeller Center, see the huge Christmas tree, and skate on the ice rink. That'd be fun.
Yeah, my cousin Mike, he just literally did that. Him and his wife went there and enjoyed a weekend and got to go ice skating and all of that stuff and see enjoy Times Square and go up into some of the buildings, Empire State Building, stuff like that. So it was pretty cool to see them do that. And I'm like, man, I really, really want to do that.
Okay, I got one for you.
Okay.
I would like to go to, so if I'm keeping it in the States, we'll go there first.
Yeah.
I'd like to go somewhere in Colorado, like up in a ski resort, but like really nice, like high class, like something I couldn't imagine of having the money to do.
Then
like,
you'd want to go to Aspen.
Yeah, Aspen.
Aspen is the place to go if you want to do that.
Yeah, I would like to be able to go to like a ski lodge and not ski, but see all the beautiful snow coming down, the mountains. Mountains are kind of my thing. I really love seeing the mountains.
Well, they've got some beautiful. Yes, I've seen the mountains. Is that what you were going to ask?
Yeah, have you been out and seen the Rocky Mountains before?
Oh yeah, I've spent a lot of time. I spent half a year in Denver, in Denver, and then traveling into the mountains and stuff. And I love it. It's unbelievable there. I thought about moving there at one point, and it just never panned out the way I wanted it to, because life took me in a different direction. But that's still a destination that I would love to be there. And
did you sing any John Denver songs while you were there?
No, I drank a lot of craft beer and drove.
When did you do that?
Drove my rental car. I went to Denver not long ago. If you don't
You said
remember that.
6 months though? No, you.
Well,
didn't.
that was 3. I was
before
probably
you
5
met me?
years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, before I met you, I was basically flying out there every other weekend or every other week. So I'd fly out there while my boss was here, and then I'd run the facility out there, that stuff, and then the whole evenings I had to myself. And then the next week I'd be here in Chicago area, and then the following week I'd be out there. So every other week we'd just be going out there, and we pretty much did that for a year. And I spent a lot of time out there. If you go about an hour west on I-70 into the mountains, there's a place called the Dam Brewery, where they brew their own beer, and they've got some good food. Breckenridge is a destination for skiing. The one thing like you said, Aspen, you just want to be inside and enjoy it. The one thing that is cool is they have like these lodges and stuff on these ski mountains that it's almost all glass. And you could literally sit there by a fireplace, have a drink, and just stare out into the wilderness and the mountains and see the snowfall and all that stuff. And it's awesome.
I bet you Utah would be really awesome too. Park City, Utah, places like that. Because they've got a bunch of skiing stuff going on there too. So, but again, I would not ski.
Right, which I would. That was my second destination, is to go back to the Colorado area and do some skiing and all that stuff. I've done some skiing up in Wisconsin many years ago, and that was fun. It was a blast. First time skiing. I was taking all the triple black diamond hills and all that stuff, and it was a blast.
And it was your first time skiing?
Yep. Sometimes I would fall on my face and roll down the hill. Sometimes I would make it all the way to the bottom, no problem. It was so cool.
I think I'd be more worried about the ski lift than anything else.
The ski lift's easy.
I feel like I would fall off of it.
No, it's a big chair, dude. It's like a big rocking chair almost.
Yeah,
you just
attached to a little wire that swings around.
How many times do you hear more about carnival rides crashing than you do ski lifts crashing?
That's terrible too. Why are you bringing that up?
Well, that's just realistically.
All right. How about, can we branch out into the rest of the world, or do we have to stay in the United States?
There's nowhere else in the United States you'd like to see?
Yeah, there's plenty of places, but okay, so I would love to go at Christmas time to the Grand Canyon. I bet you that would be fun.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
Everything we're talking about, though, it's because of how beautiful it will be. You notice that? It's not like you don't want to go there because it's got all. Although yours New York City was, you'd be able to do some cool stuff while you're in New York.
Right.
But if you went to the Grand Canyon, it would be just because you want to see the beauty.
Oh yeah,
I'm more interested in the scenery.
Yeah, I think like the UP of Michigan would be cool too.
Dude.
Like if I was I had a snowmobile and stuff that, because these guys just snowmobile from bar to bar.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So snowmobiling, that would be something that I would have fun doing. Cause it wouldn't be less likely, well, unless I decided to go really fast and fall off and die. Like the skiing, I could fall down and die too, but I think I'd have more fun on a snowmobile.
That'd be a blast.
It would be
cool.
But dude, the UP, like, people don't understand if they don't know anything about that. Like it snows. I mean, it's like feet and feet and feet of snow. Like cover a stop sign high of snow by the end of winter. That's how tall the snow gets.
Yeah, more than that.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
people don't understand it, but it's like the snow is just like it's like extra tons of snow.
Yeah, they get all the lake effect and just it's crazy. I wouldn't want to live there because of that, but
that was one of the first jobs I got an offer for, was in Ontonagon, Michigan, for radio. And I was like, oh, and I didn't do it, obviously. But I had to try and talk Cheryl into it. But she had a halfway decent job even back then. So I was like, I don't want to go to UP.
So if back in 1978, 1979, that's when they had their biggest snowfall total for the winter season. So for the winter season, they had 355 inches of snow.
That's insane.
Think about that. 351 inches of snow.
That's massive amounts of snow. So 12 times 12, that means that was over 12 feet tall of snow.
Yeah, so on average, they have...
that would have been 144 inches, by the way, sorry. So they're talking double that. So 24 feet plus of snow. Over 25 feet of snow.
So at Marquette, Michigan, their average annual snowfall is 203 inches on average.
Dude, that's insane.
Their record snowiest month was 91.9 inches in 2015.
Like, just imagine the effort that it takes to clear roads and stuff. Just imagine, it's like nonstop. I would assume that the snowplows have to just be going constantly at some points.
You have to, because otherwise if it catches up with you, you're screwed.
If it gets too high, you're just stranded.
Yep.
That's kind of scary too. If you were fully stranded in snow, that would be pretty freaky.
Yeah, the key thing is to clear your exhaust so your vehicle can still run. Interval your starting of your vehicle in your heat. That way, you don't you don't run out of fuel, and do shallow, slow breathing. That way you don't take up too much oxygen.
What are you talking about? Are you talking about being actually entombed by snow?
Well, not entombed. You said
oh my
stuck.
Gosh, my heart's starting to feel sick. Don't do it.
Imagine if you were stuck. You're stuck in the snow. There's nobody around for days because everything's plugged in.
Build an igloo.
No, your car is the igloo. You just have to, your vehicle's the igloo, but you just have to be smart about what you're doing.
I don't want to talk about this. You're freaking me out.
So maybe you don't want to go to the UP anymore.
No, okay. You're the one that wanted to go to the UP.
So what about places outside the U.S.? Where's something you'd want to see?
Well, you took away what I really would want to do. I would want to go to a warm place because I don't like snow.
Okay, so where would you want to go?
Well, we got to go one Christmas to South Africa because Cheryl's brother lived there for Christmas, and it was fantastic because it's summertime there.
Right.
It's in the southern hemisphere.
Do you miss the rains down there?
In Africa? Oh, yeah, totally.
Okay, check.
This weekend, Bob was like, that's their only song. And I was like, excuse me? What about Rosanna? And what's the other one? And then you were like, yeah, they have 3.
I stand corrected. They got like 3 hits. But yeah,
I bet you there's a Toto fan out there right now who is just screaming at you.
That's okay. Just educate me on Toto then.
Maybe we just need to listen to a couple of their albums back to back and really get a feel for the music of Toto.
Maybe I do. You're right.
Any which way, yeah, I would like to go somewhere warm. Seriously, dude.
Like where?
I mean, if you could, I just told you, I loved South Africa. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
We could go to Australia. It's summertime in Australia in the wintertime here, so there you go.
Which is just so crazy to me, but that's the way the world works.
Yeah. I would love to go to like an island, a tropical island. That would be great. I don't know enough about tropical islands to know which one to go to, though.
Well, the Bahamas are extremely popular. Tons
During
of places
Christmas,
in
even?
Mexico. Oh yeah, anywhere, anything. They're
Mexico's
all warm.
probably like so awesome, but again, listen, I have so many hangups when it comes to like traveling abroad, especially. Like, I really want to know. Like, it'd be really hard for him to kidnap me, but if I'm going to get kidnapped or whatever, like, can I go to this place? When we went to Puerto Vallarta a long time ago, if you stay like in the main place where your hotel is and stuff, you're good.
Right. Yep.
But we went one night, somebody was like, hey, we're going to take you to this restaurant in the mountains. And even when we were driving in the taxis through some of the town and stuff to get to these places, the people were just like looking at us like, and I just they're like, we're going to get this gringo. And I was like, oh gosh, get us to the restaurant quick.
Yeah, my wife and I went to Playa del Carmen a few years ago. That's basically like south of, what is it? It'd be southeast of Cancun, I think it is. So we stayed on a resort, and the resort was great. But then we decided to do some excursions and go downtown Playa del Carmen and all that stuff. And Carmen, I think it's Playa del Carmen. And yeah, you see guys standing on the streets with machine guns and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, this place is a lot different than I thought it was, you know, and I was always afraid of pickpockets and, you know, so I'm making sure I got all my stuff all the time.
And if nobody's ever been to Mexico, one of the things that happens too is like these kids, when you're walking places, just flood around you and try and sell you the little packets of candy. Did that happen to you?
Of stuff. Not the kids, but people will try to.
Always trying to sell stuff to you.
Yes.
So it's very strange. Again, yeah, Mexico, awesome. I'd love to be able to go, but
what about Jamaica in the winter
Jamaica,
time?
man. I don't know. I've never been there, and I don't know what it's like. Again, I'd do all sorts of research, and I'd be like, oh, is this a good place to go? I think if you've got money and you can just like live it up, it wouldn't matter where you go.
Yeah. How about going and visiting our friend Jamin in Hawaii?
Oh, yeah. We're doing that. I already told Jamin. I'm like, we're going to do like a Hey, We're Talking and just have him on, and we'll do like a month worth of shows and just hang out with him. That'd be great.
That'd be great.
I'd love
if
to
the
go.
state of Hawaii wants to
sponsor the show and bring us to Hawaii, we will talk up Hawaii like crazy. We'll really get some tourists to start come visiting Hawaii.
Oh yeah, I don't care
because nobody goes there already. It'd be good.
We can go on the. I mean, the little island can sponsor us. The big island, it doesn't matter.
Exactly. We'll
you know, if it's a tiki hut that we're staying in, I'm okay with that. Dude. Just get us to Hawaii.
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
In.
Jamin will
plus,
hook us up.
It would be fun to hang out with Jamin too.
I
feel like we'd have such a great time with him. I just feel like it would be so fun.
Not even
just because it's Hawaii.
Vacation days.
Yeah.
So we could just hang out.
All right. So there you go. Christmas is coming. This is it, man. This is our last show before Christmas. We're going to be on Christmas Day, but this is the last one before Christmas. So we wish you guys a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, whatever. Maybe you don't even celebrate Christmas. Have a great day off.
Ramadan. Yeah, there's all kinds of people celebrate all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, whatever you decide.
Whatever you celebrate or not celebrate, enjoy some time of rest and family and relaxation and just, you know, enjoy.
Don't talk politics at the dinner table.
No, or religion. Well, unless you're
you're going to do the story of Jesus or something.
Right.
And everybody's okay. You know.
Right.
That's good. Yeah, it's totally. All right. Hey, have a great Christmas. We appreciate you guys. We're hopefully going to have Derek back on Christmas Day. We're looking forward to it.
We are.
Yeah, thanks for listening. We appreciate you guys. We'll talk to you soon.